Pakistan in the 60s was one of the fastest growing economies in Asia. In fact, Pakistan was shown as a role model for development. South Korea came to Pakistan to take our model. Malaysia learned from Pakistan. And these countries moved ahead of us. Pakistan went wrong in the 70s. It went wrong because we had a socialist mindset. And that socialist mindset actually became a deterrent to wealth creation. So making profits was considered a sin. And that mindset then set us back. Nationalization took place. Some of our big industrialists, businessmen were hounded out of the country. And so we went backwards. And even though that socialist mindset went in the 80s and 90s, but unfortunately, socialism went, governments changed. But amongst the bureaucracy and some of the politicians, that mindset remained. So when people started making wealth, they were somehow discriminated or there was envy against them. So how are we different? Our government is a government that now has, as a policy, we feel that wealth creation is what's going to take Pakistan out of our economic crisis. We feel that wealth creation is how we will be able to pay our debts. We feel that wealth creation is what is going to raise people out of poverty in Pakistan. And the model of China is in front of us. China is a country which has done something which no nation in the history of mankind has ever done, that they have taken 700 million people out of poverty in 30 years. No one has ever done that. And one of the ways was that they allowed wealth creation, and then they had specific programs to lift the bottom tier of the people out of poverty. So we, as a government, our main concern is to take people out of poverty. To take people out of poverty, we have to allow people to make money. The more money is made, the more wealth is created, the more we have ability to raise taxes, and through them we can then use that money on the bottom tier of our society. We as a government are now making every effort to remove impediments in the way of investors and businesses. We have an office set up in the Prime Minister's Secretariat, and the job of that office, our Board of Investment, is to make it easy for people to invest. And so this process has started. We are the only thing which we want to impose or eradicate in our society is corruption. Because corruption, unfortunately, makes it difficult for especially the small and medium industry to flourish, but also for investors, genuine entrepreneurs to prosper in a society. Corruption becomes the reason why countries also do not achieve their potential. So I can assure you that your concerns, we look forward to the paper which you're going to give us, that where are the problems happening. Some of us we already know because we've discussed the various issues Turkish investors faced in Pakistan. We have already discussed this. And we already, reason is erratic policy making, unpredictable policies, decisions changed midway through, and so no investor likes this unpredictability, and then you set out to invest something given a certain set of policies, and then midway through the policies are changed. We realize that that's what's been happening. But we want to assure you that we will be now, you will be finding a completely different government, a government that is going to promote investment, And the best thing, of course, when you talk about investing in Pakistan to use and then exporting out of Pakistan, that's really what we need right now, because our exports have suffered because of flawed policy making. We have stagnant exports. So we are going to actively promote exports. Most of all, protect our investors. We want to give employment to a young population. So therefore, our priority will be wealth creation. So therefore, we look forward to your input, and I assure you that we will be working with you to make it easier for you to invest.
अंकारा में मौजूद हैं बिजनेस कम्युनिटी के नुमाइंदे यहां पर मौजूद हैं और वजीर आज़म इस वक्त खिताब कर रहे हैं.
Inviting us here. I have my team with me. I have my finance minister, my commerce minister, Mr. Razak Daud, foreign minister, minister for planning, and minister for overseas Pakistanis. And the reason I have brought my team is because we feel, and as both of you mentioned, that it's time that Pakistan and Turkey enhanced our trade to a higher level. We have our problems. We have, for some reason, not achieved the potential of trade between the two countries that we should have. And one of the reasons, obviously, is that the distance between to take goods from Turkey to Pakistan through sea is a long, long way, and there's still no proper train connection between the two countries. So this issue, I think, in coming years will be sorted out because of a huge development taking place in Pakistan, which is the BRT, the Chinese Belt and Road Initiative, which is connecting those parts of the world which were not connected before. So that's just one thing that will, in future, if we start working from now onwards, the trade between the two countries will increase. The second thing is that Pakistan is a virgin territory. Pakistan is still virgin in the sense that a lot of areas of trade where Pakistan has huge potential have not really started performing. For instance, Pakistan has huge mineral reserves, but we have hardly done exploration even in 5% of the areas where there's oil, there's gas, there's copper, there's cobalt, there's coal, and these areas have hardly been any exploration has been done. But much more importantly, Pakistan has a population of 210 million people. It's one of the youngest population in the world. It has 120 million Pakistanis below the age of 35, which means it has tremendous amount of potential. And secondly is Pakistan's strategic position. It is connected to two of the world's biggest markets, China and India. And hence, Pakistan is on the verge. We are fixing our governance system. What we are trying to do is make it easier for businesses to work, the ease of doing business and cost of doing business. As we speak, we are trying to bring them down. So for businesses from Turkey, we will make it much easier. Already you've mentioned that various investors here I've met are already working in Pakistan. But I want to assure you that this government, its main aim is going to be to make it easy for investors. Cut out the red tape, make it easier, allow people to make money, make profits. and create wealth in the country. When you have trade, when you have investment, wealth is created. We desperately need, we have a young population which needs employment. So investment will lead to employment for us and create wealth. Pakistan is embarking on the next 5 years of building 5 million houses, affordable houses. It's a huge project. So your construction companies are welcome. We have, as I said, my team is here to answer questions. That's a huge initiative taken by Pakistan. Then we have, with China, we are developing special economic zones along the BRT, the Belt and Road Initiative. And so again, it is a great opportunity for businesses from here to come and invest. But above all, we have what probably is one of the most diverse country in the world in terms of tourism. We have, I don't know whether most of you realize, out of the 12 or 13 highest peaks in the world, half of them are in Pakistan. Pakistan not only has an totally untapped mountain scenery, trekking, an area open for new resorts, but also Pakistan has also the most diverse religious tourism. It's the center of Buddhist civilization. It is the center for Sikh religious tourism, for Hindus, and it also has the oldest, well, I can't say this here because Turkey already, we know this area is probably the oldest civilization in the world. But in Pakistan we have the Indus Valley civilization, which is 5,000 years old. And of course it's a very historical part of the world. And for Turkey, people from Turkey, you must remember that the Turks were part of the ruling elite of the Indian subcontinent for almost 6 centuries. The Mughal Empire were Turkish origin.